So primary 6, I welcome you to week 4 of e-learning. And in week 4, we are going to look at construction of pie charts. The previous lesson, we are also looking at pie charts, but that time we are just finding amount which was spent in a particular sector. But here, we are going to be constructing or drawing the pie charts out of the information which has been given. So you have example 1. Example 1 reads, Matovu divided his piece of land among his 4 children as follows. Andrew got 1 out of 9, James C got 2 out of 9, Patricia got 4 out of 9, and Mike got 2 out of 9. Use the above information to draw a pie chart of radius 4 centimeters. Therefore, when you are going to present this one on a pie chart, represent this one on a pie chart, you first get the degrees for each person. The degrees for each person, they can be got after multiplying each fraction with the total degree, which is 360 degrees. And when you are converting each fraction into degrees, we talk of sectors. In the pie chart, we find here sectors. So the first person here is Andrew. So you are going to say sector for Andrew. Sector for Andrew. And sector for Andrew got 1 out of 9. So we say 1 out of 9 times 360 degrees. 1 out of 9 times 360 degrees. So here we are going to divide. 9 divided by 9 is 1. 36 divided by 9 is 4. Then 0 divided by 9 is 0. So you come up here with 40 degrees. Then after that, you got the second person. They said James got 2 out of 9. Then you also talk of sector for James. Sector for James. James got 2 out of 9. So you come and say 2 out of 9 times 360 degrees. Here, let's divide from here. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Then 36 divided by 9 is 4. Plus, then here 0 divided by 9 is 0. Then here you remain with 2 times 40 degrees, giving us 80 degrees. The third is called Patricia. And Patricia, they are telling us that Patricia got 4 out of 9. Then it says sector for Patricia. Patricia got 4 out of 9. Now times 360 degrees. Then you can divide 9 divided by 9 is 1. Then 36 divided by 9 is 4. 0 divided by 9 is 0. Now we remain with 4 times 40 degrees, giving us 160 degrees. Last is Mike. Mike. Then we say sector for Mike. And they have told us that Mike also got 2 out of 9. So times 360 degrees. So here we divide. 9 divided by 9 is 1. Then here 36 divided by 9 is 4. 0 divided by 9 is 0. We remain with 2 times 40 degrees, giving us 80 degrees. So now we have finished to change the fractions for each person to degrees. And here are the degrees that we are going to present on the pie chart. But before you present them on the pie chart, someone will ask, teacher, where are you getting 360 degrees? At the start, at the beginning of pie charts, we looked at pie charts in terms of fractions pie chart in terms of degrees and a pie chart in terms of percentages. And we say that a pie chart is made up of 360 degrees. And since they are telling us to represent this on a pie chart, that's why we must convert these fractions into degrees. And to change the fractions into degrees, you must multiply each fraction by the 360 degrees. So after converting the fractions into degrees like we have done, you can have now side work checking. You can cross check your degrees. You add what you have got. And if you go beyond 360, your answer becomes wrong. If your answer gets below 360, it's also wrong. Therefore, you must get exactly 360 degrees. Let's check and see. The first one, we have got 40 degrees, followed by 80 degrees, then 160 degrees, and lastly 80 degrees. We want to see whether we can come up with the 360 degrees. So here we are going to say 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 0, it is 3. Then 4 plus 8, it is 12. 12 plus 6, 18. 18 plus 8 is 26. You write 60 and carry 2. 2 here. 2 plus 1, 3. So you come up with 360 degrees. Now, it means what we have got here is very accurate. Therefore, we are going to construct a pie chart. Then, get your pair of compass, get your ruler, get your protractor. Those 3 plus a pencil. I'm talking of a pair of compass. Mine is here. This is a chalkboard compass. Protractor is here, and a ruler is also here. Therefore, and a pencil. But this time round, for now, I'm using a piece of chalk. Then, you can now remove this. In the question here, they are telling us use the above information to draw a pie chart of radius 3, so radius 4 centimeters. They are telling us radius 4 centimeters. So get your compass plus your ruler, you measure 4 centimeters. So some of you don't know how to measure centimeters. But when you are measuring, your compass needle must be in the word centimeter. Oh, that line is showing centimeter. That's where it is supposed to be. Don't begin from 1. No. Yours should begin from centimeter. Where that line is for centimeter, don't begin from 1 centimeter, but from centimeter. On other rulers, it is 0, indicated there 0. So here for me, I'm not going to use 4 centimeters, as they have said. But I'm using, let me use 25. But for you, measure 4 centimeters. The reason why I'm not using also 4 centimeters is because when I use 4 centimeters, you cannot see on the chalkboard the 4 centimeters. That's why I'm saying I'm now using 25, but for you measure exactly 4 centimeters. So these are my 4 centimeters now. After making your 4 centimeters, come here, you draw a circle. So this is my center. You draw a circle. Remember we said that when you are drawing a circle, don't repeat. There is my circle. I've drawn my circle, it is there. So, and the radius is 4 centimeters. So after having your circle like that, now get your pencil, your protractor, and a ruler. Let's begin with the ruler. So here is my ruler. Draw a line from one edge. The center, my center is here. That is my center. I'm drawing a line from this side up to the center. Like that. So after that, get your protractor. And when you are measuring here, look at the degrees we are going to measure. You begin with the highest. And here the highest is 160 degrees. So here we are going to measure 160 degrees. When you are putting your protractor like this, ensure that your black line, which is in your protractor here, the black line here, covers the line, this line of the pencil you have drawn to the extent that you don't even see the line of a pencil, but you just see a black line of a protractor, because the protractor is transparent. So you put this black line in this pencil, you have the line of a pencil you have drawn, and ensure that this one here, which goes to 90 degrees, is in the center. Our center here, mine is here, so ensure that this center here is in this. The one which goes to 90 degrees, the line which goes to 90 degrees here is in the center, and here the black line covers one of the pencil. Then after that, on this protractor, again we have two scales. We have the inner scale and the outer scale. The inner scale is the one which begins from the right hand side, coming to the left hand side. Begins from the right, going to the left. But now for us, we are going to use the outer scale. The outer scale is beginning from the right hand side, left hand side, going to the right hand side. So the outer scale is beginning from the left, going to the right. So here we are looking for 160 degrees. So you put there a dot on 160. I understand your dot is going to be outside the circle. Let me say it will be here. So you put there a dot. But when it comes to joining, this one helps you just connect to the center. Don't draw a line up to here, no. Your line should stop at the circle. So, after that, now get a line join. Mine is here, you put like that, connect to the center. So now you draw a line like that. After drawing the line, here we have measured 160 degrees, and the person who got 160 degrees is Patricia. We can put the name Patricia. Then after the second highest, here we have 80. So now the next one is we are measuring 80. This one is a chalkboard, it cannot be turned. But for your case, your book, you can turn it like this, so that this line becomes like this, and your faces you very well. But for me, I cannot turn the chalkboard, that's why I'm putting it like this. I bet your black line should cover this line of the pencil you have just drawn here. The extent that don't see the line of the pencil, but just say black line. And the one for 90 degrees must be in the center. As I put mine, and here this time now we are measuring 80, using the outer scale from here, the line you have just drawn here. Here is my 80, you put a dot. I repeat this. For your case, your 80 centimeter is outside the circle, outside the pie chart. So you put there, outside there, the dots. Then you remove and you connect the center, you join. But when you are joining, don't draw a line outside the pie chart. Now here you are finished. This one here is 80 degrees, and we have started with James. We have started with James, so you write there, you even write there, James. After that, again get your protractor, measure another 80 degrees now for Mike. From the line we have just drawn again here, my 80 again is here, After putting a dot, then you also join. Also put there 80 degrees, and this one for Mike. And lastly, this one becomes automatically 40 degrees for angle. Then let's look at example 2. Example 2 says, a man spends his money as follows: a quarter on food, a third on rent, and 5 out of 12 on others. Use the information to draw a pie chart of area 3.5. So I said that this one we have been given in terms of fractions. We are going to change these fractions into degrees. And I said that change them into degrees, you get each fraction multiplied by 360 degrees. Where am I getting 360 degrees? Because I'm getting them from a pie chart. The whole pie chart is made up of 360 degrees. So here we are going to begin by saying sector. For the first item is food. Sector for food. And here they have told us that food is a quarter. So we say a quarter times 360 degrees. Then we divide. 4 divided by 4 is 1. 36 divided by 4 is 9. 0 divided by 4 is 0. The remaining is 1 times 90 degrees is equal to 90 degrees. Next, sector for rent. And sector for rent, they have given us a third. Now times 360 degrees. Here divide 3 divided by 3, 1. Then 36 divided by 3 is 12. 0 divided by 3 is 0, giving us 120. 1 times 120 degrees gives us 120 degrees. Lastly, sector for others. Sector for others. They have given us 5 out of 12 times 360 degrees. 12 divided by 12 is 1. 36 divided by 12 is 3. 0 divided by 12 is 0. The remainder is 5 times 30 degrees. It gives us 150 degrees. So after that, I said you can check the degrees you have got and see whether it can total to 360 degrees. Let's take and see. We have started with 150 degrees, 120 degrees, and 90 degrees. Then we add. Here you get 0. 5 plus 2, 7. 7 plus 9 is it? 16, you write 6 and carry 1. 1 plus 1, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Make it 360 degrees. So, after that, this question is telling us that draw a pie chart of radius 3.5. Now, 3.5 is found between 3 and 4. There is that long line in the middle of 3 and 4, a long one. A little bit long is done with 3.4. Therefore, you measure your 3.4 on your ruler and so this is my 3.4. After measuring, you draw a circle. Like mine there. Then get your protractor. So first get a ruler. After getting your ruler, you draw one line on the left hand side. Why am I doing on the left? Because I want to use the outer scale. we are going to use the outer scale. And I said that when you are measuring, you begin with the highest degree, which is now, it is 150 degrees. We are done, it is done, we are beginning with. Here, I'm saying that when you are putting your black line, which is marked 180 degrees, must be in this black, this line you have just drawn, and the one who goes 90 degrees must be in the center. Then you mark your 150. Using the outer scale, we are counting from the left hand side, going to the right hand side. The 150, mine is here, and this time good enough is outside in the circle. So I'll put my marker is here. Then you join in the center. Like that. After joining, you indicate that this one is 150 degrees. And what is it? It is others. Then the second highest, according to what we have got, is 120 degrees. We are measuring beginning from this line now. Here. Here. From here, 120 degrees is here. We are using the outer scale. After marking it, then you can join. Like that. So you mark this one is 120 degrees. Item which is there is red. And the last one will come automatically. Now this one is 90 degrees. Which is now for food. So dear members of physics, that marks the end of lesson 9. Thank you for attending the lesson.